from 10 years ago. Confession: I can't stop buying Bitcoin. Serious. I had set a limit at which I would not buy any more Bitcoin, but as the price dropped, I felt compelled to buy more and more. I've lost more than 2 years' worth of salary on Bitcoin this year, and I still feel compelled to buy more. I'm among those who feel Bitcoin's rise is inevitable, and as such, I do not feel as though it is risky, but I worry that my behavior is essentially the same as someone who becomes addicted to gambling. Does anyone else feel this way? I feel confident in my decision, but I am painfully aware that if I am wrong, my life will be completely and irrevocably effed. I need to stop. My brain wants to click on this guy's profile and see if he's filthy rich now, but I don't want to ruin it just in case he is not. I'm just gonna pretend that in 2015, this guy bought a ton of Bitcoin and he's now a multi-billionaire. This is a great, awesome story. um, it speaks to the conviction of Bitcoin and its success in reality. So congratulations to ZT Smart, absolute legend. Maybe he's still accumulating. Who knows? Next we got Coinfessions. The rest of these are going to be from Coinfessions. Great X account. I consider, or I recommend everybody follow them. It's good content. It's not, it's a mixed bag. Some of it's positive, some of it's negative, but it's definitely entertaining. This one's a more positive one. Cashed out my Fartcoin gains to fund a family trip to Egypt for Christmas and New Year's Eve, escaping winter for 10 days of sun, sea, and heated pools. Best decision ever. Never felt better to fart with a sea view. No regrets. Taking profits is a big thing in crypto. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of people do it too early. A lot of people just it's hard to I guess get a grip on what you're supposed to do because everyone's financial decision is different, but it does feel good to take profits and do something with it. Even if it's during the bear market. I took profits during the bear market sometimes, and even if I just use it to order pizza, it feels good, man. It feels good. You can't you can focus 100% on crypto if you want to, but sometimes you just gotta take some profits and buy yourself something, even if it's something stupid and small as a pizza. All right, next. This year I decided to try to be kinder and more positive. I recently sent a DM to a dev politely complaining about not being eligible for the airdrop, but I also wished him a happy new year and a much personal and professional success. He thanked me for my words, apologized, but said there was nothing he could do regarding the project, but he sent me some tokens asking only that I keep being a nice guy. In the morning, it was worth $800. By night, it went over $1,100. I've had a tough 2024, and this amount is more than the minimum wage where I live. Kindness begets kindness. I thought this one was a nice feel good story as well. Next, I've been in crypto since 2021. I am looking forward to making my first 500K this year. All my capital is $2,000. I know it's hard, but it's very possible, and I will make it. I'm just putting it out there so the universe knows I'm serious. I like posts like this. I like when people have conviction and believe in themselves, and I think that this guy can do it. Specifically because of that. This one, I lost 5,000 euros, I think that is, uh, falling for the Doge hype in 2021 and felt bad for months. Decided to dollar cost average 200 euros every month since mid 2022 in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm well over $17,000 now and planning on keeping this up for years. Trading didn't work for me. Investing monthly and holding did. Um, Dollar cost averaging is something a lot of people preach, and it's something a lot of other people kind of clown on. But everyone's got their own way of doing things. Some people want to try to get rich quick scheme and try and trade their way up. Some people do that to some degree of success. Some people do that to some degree of failure. But dollar cost averaging is kind of like the safe way. And you can always do both. I do both. I DCA every payday, and I trade a small amount of my portfolio on exchanges. It's fun. Crypto gave me a lot of gray hairs and lots of stress over the last 7 years. This is my third cycle, and I've finally cashed out low six figures, 150K, bought a decent used car, got my first Rolex, and paid off student debt with a bit of the money left over to use next cycle. Was it worth it? Maybe. Would I do it again? Absolutely. This is awesome. Um, these are the stories that we like to see, man. There's a lot of negativity in crypto, and it sucks. But stories like this are awesome. I'm happy for this guy, and I hope to be this guy one day. I hope all of us can be this guy one day. I was once a maxi for a certain gaming ecosystem, investing 70% of my earnings and working hard to earn recognition as a vital member. Despite my efforts, I often felt mocked and unwelcome when sharing input or suggestions. One day, someone on X invited me to become a moderator for a new game. Excited to see my efforts rewarded, I agreed, only to discover it was a malware scam. My wallet was wiped clean, leaving me with just $7. When I shared this with the community I had invested so much in, some friends sympathized, but a moderator from that ecosystem mocked me yet again. That was the moment I realized this isn't the place for me. This one's not so feel good. It's more of a cautionary tale. Be careful who you trust, and if you're gonna do something like this, you gotta set up a dummy wallet, man. You gotta set up a dummy wallet. As much of a pain in the butt as it is, having an empty wallet comes in handy. I set up dummy emails even for like all of my Netflix and Hulu, all that junk, dummy emails. So just be careful out there, guys. Lost my job in 2022. Was struggling to get by. Only had $300 in low cap DeFi Solana coins in November 2023. Dumped all the 10x, 20x's into memes last January. Been cashing out every month and still have a year's salary in random vaporware. What a ride. So this dude only had 300 bucks in November of 2023, and he made so much money, and he's been cashing out every single month, and he still has a year's salary. That's awesome. Everyone deserves a comeback story like this. This one's pretty sick. I make 30. This one's, I believe, a more positive one as well. I make $36,000 a year after taxes. After my car bill, insurance, and phone bill, I make $28,000 a year. After food, I make about $23,000. Probably much less. After media subscriptions, I make $22,000. I live with my parents, so I don't pay rent, thankfully. I currently hold about $315,000 worth of crypto assets and have probably spent about 20 grand since late 2021 to do so. I've made absolutely no money on meme coins besides being airdropped Pengu. I know virtually nothing about crypto. If I can do it, you can too. This one's awesome. It's relatable because I believe the median income is around $36,000 or $40,000. Let me see. Median income in America is $37,585. So it has gone up actually. It used to only be 26. In 2015, it was 26. Wow, that's actually sick. That's inflation though. let's be honest. But I thought this one was really cool and very relatable because that's the median income in America. So, but this guy doesn't pay rent, so it's a little out of touch. But still, pretty cool. This one started with 3K last cycle, which I rode to 500K and round tripped back to 120K. It was in hindsight great performance, but after taxes, I was left with 80K and frankly felt sick to my stomach that if I had been less greedy, I could have cashed out truly life-changing money. Personally, it's hindsight again. It's a hindsight argument. If I make 500K, I mean, I would cash out as soon as it hit like 200K. Let's be honest. But if it's round tripping from 500, it hits 250, I'm out. Cut my losses. Bye. Survived the bear and full stacked into Bitcoin, Sol, ETH, October 2023. Gambled on memes and hit big in a couple, farmed the right airdrops and received decent allocations. It's been an awfully painful cycle to ride with the PTSD of seeing my bags drop almost 80% last cycle in a matter of days, but overall up 10x. Yesterday I cashed out 80% of my holdings and called a real estate agent to put in a bid for my wife's dream home. Today, we were told our bid was accepted. Let's fucking go. Congratulations to this guy, absolute legend, absolute Chad. Could you imagine just telling your wife, like, hey, let's go put a bid on your dream home? That's pretty sick, dude. All right. I've been in crypto since 2016 and I'm still broke. I made a lot in 2021 but lost it all during the bear market and I still haven't made it back this cycle. I'm unemployed and all I do is focus on crypto. I feel like a bum. This one's kind of a bit of a downer, but you know, we can't just look at the pretty rainbow side of everything. Crypto's not all rainbows. So, sometimes you got to look at these stories and I guess consider your current position. Make sure you guys have a backup plan and make sure you guys have jobs. You gotta have income still. And if the market's burning you out, my biggest thing, especially during the bear market, when the market started burning me out, man, I focused on my job, I focused on my income, I focused on side hustles, side gigs, just increasing my fiat position so that I could increase my crypto position later. And it worked, man. I feel good. I entered crypto in 2021 with less than 5 grand and ran it up to low 7 figures. I was able to pay off all debt for my wife and I bought 2 cars cash and own a home. Crypto was my ticket to the American dream. I'm sidelined for meme coin mania and I'm okay with that. I'm stuck in 6 figure hell, but I don't need to hit 100x. Though that would be nice. I have a good job in the industry and can see a long-term future for myself and my family. I don't have a crazy mansion or fancy Rolex to flex at crypto events, but I have a healthy nest egg that will ensure my kid has a stable home in a good neighborhood, and for me, that's better than the mental illness that comes along with being in the trenches 18 hours per day. I couldn't agree more with this. This is kind of my end game, honestly. Low 7 figures might be a little bit much to me. I'd be happy with 6. I'll take 6 figures. So that's another feel good one. I told a friend of this one, this one's crazy. This one is a testament to conviction. I told a friend a few years ago about XRP. He bought and forgot. He's up 17K. I sold a long time ago. Fuck my life. um, I'm not gonna blame this guy for that, but you gotta have conviction, man. You gotta have conviction in your investments. And I'm always of the mindset never ever sell your full bag. Always keep a moon bag. That stuff's important, man. I've been in crypto since early 2017, so 3 total cycles. I've turned $500 into 6 figures like 5 times. Every time I make it all back in one trade, I end up getting greedy and lose it all again. How many times can I keep making it all back until I actually keep some of it? You gotta take profit. Again, none of this is financial advice, but taking profit's important. When the money's there, take some of it out. Even if you just put it in stable coins and reinvest it elsewhere, you still got to take profits, man. That's important. Got a couple more left here. Been trading crypto since 2021. Made 10K from nothing and then lost it all playing with leverage and getting rugged in 2022. Borrowed 5K from the bank to trade with and lost that. Now it's 2024 and it could be my last chance. Bought an AI coin at 4 million, sold at 10 million, felt like a king. That coin is now 400 million and I never bought back in. Hard to stop thinking about how much money I could have made. That's another big thing. You should never fault yourself for making and taking profits. If you took profits, you won. You could have won more later, sure, that's whatever, but you can't think about that stuff, man. You can't think about that stuff. You just got to move on. You got to get back up, dust yourself off of your profits that you got, and realize that having made more and being of that mindset, oh, I could have made more, that's greed talking, and that's how you get rugged. So be happy with the profits that you take, man. Some people get drained, others leverage trade their life savings. I'm an ETH maxi, and I feel like I'm missing the whole bull run. My bad judgment, I refuse to sell here at 0.03 ETH BTC. The bottom is near, at least I hope. Yes, I should have converted it to Sol, but who's left to sell their ETH now? A ton of people are ready to sell their profitable Sol, though. I refuse to be the Sol Army's exit liquidity. Am I crazy? Maybe. All I know is although I underperformed, at least I'm not liquidated, and maybe we see 10K per ETH. This is another good lesson in conviction. This guy realizes that he could have made a ton of more money, which I'm sure everybody realizes with other assets, but he's not going to sell his position now because what's the point of doing that? He hasn't been liquidated and he has yet to see the gains that he's looking for. So that's conviction. This one, this is the final story of this video, and it's a really cool feel-good story. I received 3 Bitcoin in 2013 for building software for a client in the US. I'm 34 now and just cashed out half of it and bought a family home. The rest is for my retirement. Thank you, Satoshi. And with that, I'm also going to say thank you to you guys, and also thank you, Satoshi, because Satoshi is an absolute legend. He's given us this crazy thing called cryptocurrency, and I couldn't be happier with it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Good night.